Ladies, do you know the language of your own body? What I'm talking about is the subtle messages that our body tends to give us. And I refer to that as body speak. I'm Lisa Dahl, health and wellness coach, and I specialize in the practice of intuitive eating and body image. I work with my clients to help them learn actions and behaviors to have them feeling happy, healthy, and confident at any size. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can learn about your body and the messages that it is giving you, specifically talking about hunger and using a tool that I use with my clients called a hunger scale. If you like this video, please share it with another woman who may be struggling with her relationship to food and body. So let's dive in. Many of us are very disconnected from our bodies, specifically when it comes to understanding our hunger. And that could be happening for a multitude of reasons. There's a lack of connection. The first one could be that you tend to pick or graze all day. And this could be out of habit, or it could also be that something is going on with your emotional state during the day. You may not notice the connection of every time you land in the kitchen. It could be because you are stressed or anxious or bored. Something happened that made you uncomfortable. There is a trigger. And the quick and immediate response is to kind of get up and walk yourself over to the kitchen and find something to pick or graze on. The second thing that could be happening is that you are perfectly fine. Your body just kind of goes from 0 to 60 in a split second, and you are hangry. You get that ill-tempered feeling, and it's really unpleasant for you as well as everybody around you. A third option that may lead to your disconnection of your hunger cues is that you become super engaged or engrossed in a project. It could be something for work. It could be running around with your kids. It could be 100 different things, but something that has your attention that you are super focused on and you are disconnected from your body. The fourth thing that leads to disconnection is somebody who is a chronic dieter. You are hyper-focused on ignoring your hunger. And this is something that I relate to a lot, where you have convinced yourself that you are not hungry. It's easy to miss breakfast, or it's easy to miss lunch, whatever your thing is, that you totally have shut down those sensations of hunger. And that lasts for only so long. We all like to think that we could do it forever, but the sad truth is that at some point the dam breaks and we all overeat, and we label it binge eating, emotional eating. It's understanding the root cause of where it comes from. And the last thing that often creates that disconnection between understanding our hunger is that we have all become accustomed to eating according to the clock. Oh, dinner time is at 6 o'clock, or we need to eat breakfast before we go to school or work or wherever your day starts. I remember being in high school and lunch was at 10:17 and school started at 7 o'clock. So all of a sudden you had breakfast and then you were eating lunch, and it just seemed all wrong. But then you didn't get home until 3:30 and you're starving. Learning to kind of understand where your disconnect comes from is the first place to start. The second thing that I would like to offer you is to understanding how to rebuild that connection. And what I'm talking about is a hunger scale. And the best way to kind of give an example of the hunger scale is to think about the pain scale. I think everybody is very familiar with that, where you have a row of faces where on one end of the spectrum, you have somebody who's in excruciating pain and they have that full red face and clearly unhappy and uncomfortable. And then on the other spectrum, you have that happy smiling face where life is wonderful and you feel fantastic. Take that description and bring it into the hunger scale. So a hunger scale often goes from 0 to 10, 0 being where you are starving and super hungry, and 10 on the other extreme, you are overfull, stuffed, and feel awful. And it's based on the continuum. So there's different nuances along the way. And the purpose or the way to use that hunger scale is to understand and to check in where you are on that scale, trying to notice when you hit the extremes and learning how to kind of self-regulate so that you don't get the, oh my God, I'm starving, hangries, to, oh, I feel so horrible, I ate to overfull because I was starving. So it's important to learn how to check in with your body. We all think about hunger as that tummy rumbling or grumbling signal. Often that is one of the later signals that our body is telling us that are hungry. So it's important to understand your hunger, and it's subjective. So my hunger is going to be very different than your hunger. Things to start to look out for is a lack of focus, your inability to follow directions, you're distracted, you are starting to get irritable, you're starting to think about food. I can't be in your body. I can help you explore and understand and discover what's going on in your body, but you are ultimately the expert. Using a hunger fullness scale is just one of the tools on ways to start to learn your subtle nuances of what's happening with your hunger. So to recap, the first step is to understand where your lack of connection is coming from. Are you the grazer? Do you get the hangries? Are you super focused on a project? Are you a super dieter where you have learned to ignore your hunger? The second step is to check in. Check in before meals. Check in, kind of set your timer on your phone to check in every hour or two, and create a few questions. You know, what is my energy level? What is my focus? What is my tummy saying? What am I feeling? Starting to see if you can tease out the nuances of your hunger. And the third step in learning to use that hunger scale is to really become familiar with the patterns that you are feeling, kind of similar to what I just said a second ago. So if you would like to learn how to use the hunger scale or would like my hunger scale, just drop me a message, private message me, and I will email you your hunger scale so that you can start to become the expert on you and yourself and your hunger. So thanks for watching, and I look forward to speaking and learning more about you soon. Have a great day.